one of my favorite abundance concepts comes from a biblical quote. Not that I represent myself as any kind of biblical scholar, but some of the concepts I like to share are so succinctly and beautifully expressed in different religious texts that I just feel compelled to share them with you. And in this quote from the Bible, God the Father says, "And the righteous shall flourish like the palm trees and grow like the cedars in Lebanon." Hi, I'm Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success seminars, where we teach knowledge, give tools for you to live your ultimate life. So the word righteousness comes from the Greek for right way or right wayness. So what God the Father is saying is that the people who flourish live in the right way. So what is the right way? Well, you need to ask yourself. Being good and kind, of course, but I don't think that's enough. It's so many things: being true to yourself, living in integrity, being generous, making choices moment by moment. Did you just tell an expedient lie? Did you exaggerate? Did you blame or condemn somebody else when actually it was probably kind of your fault? Personally, I think right wayness is every day peeling off more layers of the onion, the layers that aren't really you, the false self, the personality you. Yes, it's also do no harm, but I think we've come to the place in our lives where we know what is right wayness, and we just have to choose it, and then we will flourish. And then in the Bible, God the Father goes on to say, all that I have is yours. I mean, think about that statement. All that I have is yours. It doesn't say some of what I have is yours, and it doesn't say all that I have is for some of you and not for others. No, all that I have is yours. The infinite abundance of the universe was created for you, and it's waiting to shower on you. And you're not enjoying all of that splendor simply might be because you're somehow stopping the flow. You're like the little child who's watering her flowers, and she steps on the garden hose and she goes, "Daddy, my flowers are going to die. There's no more water." And the father laughs and gently says, "Darling, there's more than enough water for you to water your flowers. But look, you're stepping on the hose." So how do we stop stepping on the hose of our prosperity? How do we live in right wayness? How do we raise our vibration so that we vibrate with the abundance that's waiting for us? I see it kind of like one of those balloon drops. You know what a balloon drop is? Have you ever been to a convention or a sporting event, like a basketball game, and the balloons, you could see them up there, they're in the net, in the ceiling, and then the candidate is announced or the home team wins the championship game, and somebody pulls the string and all of the balloons shower down. You just need to learn how to pull the string. You don't have to create the prosperity. It's waiting for you. All that I have is yours. You don't have to create it. You just have to learn how to pull the cord. It's the same principle that I've shared before from Kabbalah, the Jewish mystical text about the light of the Creator being everywhere, and that light is not only filled with grace, but it's filled with everything you desire in life. And just like the sun, it shines on everyone, all of us just the same. However, and again, it doesn't shine on people of one sex or one race or one age or one religious belief. It doesn't discriminate. But we're the ones who decide if we want to put up an umbrella between us and the light of the sun, or we could even live our lives underground in a bunker and die of vitamin D deficiency. It's our choice. The sun is still shining, even if you're blocking it from shining on you. So how do we bask in the sunshine of grace? How do we allow that flow to us? How do we allow the balloons to drop? Well, I will repeat. Every word we speak, every thought we think, every action we take either puts a block between us and the light of grace, or it removes a block between us and the light of grace. And when we speak words or thoughts that are based in doubt and lack and negativity, it puts up a block. And when we speak words or have thoughts or perform actions that are based in abundance and positive expectation of the good that's coming to you, no matter what your current situation looks like, we remove a block. And the more blocks we remove, the more and more light shines on our life, and then it just illuminates. the abundance that's already all around us. In fact, anytime you want, you can just close your eyes. Do it right now. Feel the light of grace. It's a vibration. Feel that vibration all around you. It's in your body. It's in the air. I bet you never even knew that it was there, right? So know that your job is just to allow that grace in, to let the sunshine of abundance shine on you and to stop stepping on the water hose. And of course, you know that abundance doesn't have to do with only money. Abundance is in every area of your life, and it's waiting for you in every area, because the truth is, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, because poverty and prosperity don't so much live in your purse or your wallet or your bank account as they live where? You know, in your mind. I'm sure that we all know very wealthy people who have millions of dollars, but spend their lives always complaining about how bad things are, watching every penny, mistrusting people, never sharing their abundance, never donating money, always living with the fear of loss or not having enough. And I'm sure that you know people who have little in traditional financial abundance, but their lives are abundantly rich in happiness. They go to free cultural events, concerts in the park. They have great times with their families and their friends, and they're rich in love and rich in laughter, and they go on fun excursions and camping and picnics. And anyway, they're deeply content and fulfilled. So since abundance lives in the mind and the consciousness, that's where we have to start uncreating poverty and creating prosperity. So let me give you a technique to address the real probability that somewhere along the line in your life, you got the idea that abundance and ease of life was somehow wrong or bad or unspiritual or whatever. And it's time to undo it. By the way, I have that one big time. My dad was probably the nicest guy in the world. Back at the house after his funeral, people showed up that we didn't even know, and they told stories about his acts of generosity. We had no idea about them. He had never told us. Everyone loved him. Really, he was the nicest guy, but he had some god-awful poverty consciousness. He would drive, I kid you not, a half hour to get soap on sale at the Kmart. He was always talking about how bad he was doing in the stock market. Actually, here's a true story. Ready for this one? When he died, we knew where his papers were all kept. So like the deed to the cemetery plot and all that. So he passed away, and we went into his nightstand, into this little folder where we knew that he kept his papers, and we opened it up, and they're right on top, clipped to the plot to his cemetery plot, deed to cemetery plot, was a coupon for 10% off on coffins. I kid you not. He never gave up. And now, you ready for this? When he left my mom millions. True. We had no idea. We lived so modestly. While he was alive, his consciousness did not let him enjoy what he had. And one other thing I remember about my dad, he always criticized rich people. He said they were all crooks. So he died never really enjoying his wealth. So let's try this on for the coming week. Whenever we see someone who has something that we would love to have in our life, whether it's a beautiful new car, a big, gorgeous home, a hot partner, a best-selling book, a music contract, a booming coaching business, instead of criticizing them and pointing out the reasons, even in our minds, why they don't deserve that kind of good fortune, send love their way and up the ante by sending them wishes for even more success, because that energetically opens a flow for you to receive. And then after you send them love and wishes for their success, then you say, and that's for me. Just let the universe know that that's what you'd like. And you can have it without taking anything away from them. It's like if they have a book contract, you have a book contract. I mean, it's like, you know, them taking a teaspoon of water from the ocean, and then you think, oh, there's no water left. No, there are plenty of book contracts. But what you want to do is you want to tell the universe what you want. I call it putting your order into life. Hey, if you didn't order anything from the Neiman Marcus catalog, you wouldn't sit home waiting for something to arrive. And likewise, tell the big order taker in the sky, that's for me, and then wait and see what shows up at your door. Wishing you infinite success and unbounded prosperity. Bye for now.